should we be worried about Borderlands 4? What's up everyone? Today's Borderlands video is going to be an interesting one. So let's get right into it. So I found this interesting conversation on Twitter that happened about a month ago. And this involves Borderlands 4, a fan, and Randy Pitchford. That fan is Mitsu. If you don't know Mitsu, he's a huge fan of Borderlands, and he's honestly a big part of the Borderlands community. The conversation starts like this. I am a humble man, for I just comment on things I see. I really worry about Borderlands 4. It feels like the movie. Feels like other situations where the publisher yanked the marketing budget to cut losses, since projected sales are way down. So right off the rip, reading this, I definitely understand the concerns when it comes to marketing. I think marketing is a huge integral part when it comes to any game or franchise out there. And I will say I thought Borderlands 3's marketing was pretty good, aside from the DLC. I'm pretty sure the DLC trailers came out, I don't know, a day or two before they were supposed to come out, or maybe that was Wonderlands. I don't know, but I know there's been some not so great moments when it comes to marketing of Borderlands products. I think we can all agree on that. But then the magician himself responds, "Sorry, don't need this energy right now as the team and I bust our ass to make Borderlands 4 the best Borderlands game yet. I'm going to block you in a day or so after you've had a chance to see this. Nothing against you or your opinion. Just shouldn't expose myself to this now. Sorry." He then follows up with that. "Oops, I guess I could just mute you. Doing that now. I hope I remember to unmute when we're done. If you see me, please remind me. No block again. Sorry. Nothing against you." Analyzing this right here, I don't blame Randy. I'm glad he chose mute instead of block, because if you're a developer, that's not an easy job. Let's be honest. Put yourself in their shoes. If you're developing a huge game, for, a big franchise, Borderlands, Call of Duty, GTA, whatever it may be, you may not want to really hear all this criticism or speculation going around. You want to just dig deep and work on your game and let your passion flow. So I understand it from that perspective, but I don't know. I don't think it's the end of the world that he muted him personally. I don't think you needed to mention that, I guess. But, that's your call. But then Mitsu does respond, "I will and I will. I don't take it personally. Never do. You probably won't see this till we're done, if ever. But I remember walking the streets of Budapest with you leading up to the rooftop mixer. I know your passion and what you do with it. I hope you prove me wrong." So with that being said, just like I asked at the beginning of the video, should we be worried about Borderlands 4? In my opinion, no. And I say that because, one, Borderlands 4 is definitely the most ambitious game we've seen in the series, based off all the trailers and all the footage overall that we have. When it comes to the movement, the exploration, and how it compares to past games, I'm excited. I think they are going to really nail it, especially, and I mean this, especially if they listen to fan feedback. One example of that is dedicated loot pools. That is definitely a huge one for everyone that I feel we almost mention every time a Borderlands game is being worked on. Heck, we even mentioned it when Wonderlands was announced. So my point is, I don't think there's really anything to be worried about. I do understand the concerns from Mitsu, especially with the marketing. The Borderlands movie marketing was terrible. I think we can all agree on that. There wasn't really much hype to it leading up to it. You got trailers and things like that, right when it was about to release, but other than that, they didn't do anything special. But I feel that was due to all the issues that the Borderlands movie was having during its production. If you think that's the end of the conversation, it is not. Another fan enters the ring, Gothalion. If you don't all know, he is a big content creator, and he's been known to dabble in Borderlands. He went on to say, "I spoke on this on stream, but should have said something here. Mitsu loves Borderlands and gave some very valid concerns. Mild takes really about Borderlands 4. Hate to see Randy mute him as a result publicly. Homie, this guy is a longtime supporter. Gothalion is not wrong. Mitsu is a huge supporter of the Borderlands franchise, and from the times I've interacted with him, he's a really cool guy." Gothalion continues, "His critique came from a place of love, as will mine. Please reconsider. Do better. Make a great Borderlands. And when your longest lasting, biggest supporters give feedback and worries, especially respectfully, digest it gracefully. Hoping Borderlands 4 bangs." Randy responds, "I didn't see any critique. I just saw shitty negativity that was demotivating. Want the best Borderlands? Root for us and cheer us on. If you take developers' passion for granted, we'll all pay the price. I love criticism, and thankfully, I've never been in short supply. Don't gaslight me on his post. It wasn't criticism, it was pessimism. It's toxic for people killing themselves for your entertainment, so fuck that noise. So I see both points, especially Gothalion saying like, hey man, it's not that deep. It's not like Mitsu was shitting on Borderlands or shitting on any of the Gearbox developers. So I understand that perspective completely. I think his concern is just, I would say, like I said, with all, the past issues of marketing in certain situations with the Borderlands franchise, especially the Borderlands movie, but we all know probably why that was. But I think it's a very different scenario when it comes to the game, because the games have been successful. They really have been. But then on Randy's side, like he said, there really isn't any critique. It's just concern. He's, and I can understand not wanting to see that, because again, this team is passionate. Let's be honest. If there's a passionate team out there of developers, it's Gearbox. So I can understand not wanting to really deal with all this. When you see something, mute it and move on. Like I said, I don't think Randy needed to point out that he muted Mitsu. There was no need for that. But, at the end of the day, like I said, to touch back on things when it comes to all of this, should we be worried about Borderlands 4? In my opinion, no. Again, the games have been pretty successful, and I'm going to let the Borderlands movie cloud your judgment. We all know that thing was doomed whenever we heard there was production issues and how long it was taking and reshoots, all that stuff. We already knew we were probably not going to get a great product. But like I said, when it comes to the games, I wouldn't sweat it. I think this game is going to be great, especially if they listen to fan feedback from, the past games that could be implemented in Borderlands 4. I think it has the potential to be the best Borderlands game. Yes, I'm talking to you, Borderlands 2 players. It has the potential to be better than that old game. No hate, I love Borderlands 2. But yeah, anyways, I want to know all of your thoughts when it comes to this situation. Do you agree with Randy? Do you agree with Mitsu? Or are you a bit in between? As I said, I'm on both sides. I see both viewpoints. And at the end of the day, we all just want Borderlands to be great. That's all we want. So be sure to comment down below and let's discuss. If you enjoyed this Borderlands video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Borderlands content just like this. I hope you all have a wonderful day, Vault Hunters. And I hope to see you back here next week for another Borderlands video. Yes, no more month wait. Other than that, everyone, have a wonderful day. And peace out.